I can't turn down the noise, tear all the worries out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, child, don't forget who you are.
Hello and welcome back to yet another video. Thank you all for being here. I want to start this video on this day. This is a morning. It's around 7 a.m. and this video is all about doing it all. I want to start with the laundry. I had done some laundry last night, but I did not wash the machine, so I'm washing the machine first. And I have some whites that I did soak. I love soaking the whites before I can actually do the laundry. I'm draining the water that I did use to soak the clothes because I don't wash my clothes with the same water that I have soaked them with. Then I'll be putting in clean water and soak the other colors and also sort the other clothes. I still have some clothes inside the laundry basket and I want to tackle like all of them. I want to make sure that this day I've done all the laundry.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise, tear all the worries out of my mind about who I'm supposed to.
Save on water, I have to squeeze the clothes using my hands and then put them in the drying place. By doing this, it's good because you'll have to save also on detergent. I don't have to waste water by draining the water out. And then the other clothes that I had soaked, the other ones that have different color, I have to bring them in and also run them.
Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing.
I prefer sorting clothes based on color so that I can identify the clothes that actually shade color. I don't have to mess other clothes by mixing them. So I always put the ones with bright colors aside, and the ones that I know can shade color, I also put them differently, and the darker ones, I also put them aside. So these are the clothes that I did run last night. I want to unhang them. I'll make sure that I'll fold them as I also declutter the kids' closet and reorganize it.
Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders.
I've already put in clean water and these are the whites that I had already squeezed. I want to rinse them, then I'll be able to hang them. But I'll put the laundry on hold as I declutter and organize the kids' wardrobe. It's so disorganized at some point during the week when they are removing their uniform. They get to disorganize it, but with time I hope they get to adjust because the kids really take time to learn. So I'm using some vinegar water mix to wipe that place. It's good to always wipe the closet whenever you remove any clothes. So I'll do that and then I'll try and fold their clothes again neatly and return them. I become so patient with folding their clothes because if I don't do that and train them, you don't have to be in a messy place just because the kids are messing it. You just have to keep doing it and also showing them the way to also do it themselves.
You're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing.
Folding has become fun lately to me because I find peace while folding clothes. I never loved doing this kind of chore, but lately I really do it a lot and I enjoy doing it. Like if I see clothes just scattered around and they are not folded, I'll just make sure that they are folded and they are well arranged and neatly arranged into their closet. So I don't know if you consider neatness while folding your clothes. Honestly, I do consider that, and I have to make sure that they are neatly folded and arranged. So these are the whites. I've already rinsed them. I want to also dry them up and then I'll hang them. If you always give your kids freedom to handle their clothes, just be patient with them and also guide them on how to be neat. They trust me, they will adjust with time. In as much as they will not perfect it immediately, but with time they'll learn on how to be neat because they get to learn from you. So it will be easier that way. I have arranged everything and the clothes look so neat. I hope you got the motivation to also organize your space. So the clothes are done and I want to hang them. The weather is looking so good. It's a bit sunny, so I'm very sure after a few hours I'll be able to unhang these clothes and also fold them again. I do enjoy folding these days, as I told you. So while I'm hanging these, I'm praying that I was praying that they dry up so fast so that I can be able to hang them and also do other things.
Was wrong, and I'm still on my way.
I'm fetching some water so that I can do the shoes. These days when the kids come from school, they get to wipe their own shoes. So that does lessen the burden of washing shoes like every day. And when I also go out and come back, I normally come and wash my shoes. So we don't have a pile of shoes lying around to be washed. And this day I just had a few. So I want to wash them, put them to dry up.
Compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes don't last it long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon.
When I woke up, all I thought of was doing the laundry, and it's around 9 a.m. So I want to fix breakfast real quick. I want to start by chopping the onions because I want to make samosa filling. I love samosas, and samosas in the morning is just something else. So I want to cut the shallots. I also want to cut the spring onions, put them aside. I'll also be cutting some peppers. I love peppers in my filling because they add some crunch. So I'm using the red and yellow pepper. I'm going to chop them thinly into smaller pieces so that they can be able to fit into the samosa pockets, and then put them aside. I'll be frying the ingredients. I'll add oil into my pan, add in some chopped onions, the red onions. It's the onion and it's also the shallot at the same time. So I'm adding fenugreek powder, some cumin, and some curry and some salt. And then I'll bring in my minced meat. I'm going to mix it well until it is well combined with all the ingredients, until the meat gets the flavors. Actually, I'm going to pound it down so that it can remove the lumps. This meat was finely minced, and I love the way they minced it. So I'll cover and then cook it until the juices disappear, and then I'll add in the rest of the ingredients. I love such minced meat. It's so good that it doesn't have a lot in it, so the water has dried up. So I'm going to mix it well, bring in the rest of the ingredients, that is the spring onions and the bell peppers, and then add them into the meat. The bell peppers also brings in some good aroma into the meat. Your samosa doesn't have to be boring. Your samosa has to be very flavorful and doesn't need to be dry. So make sure that whenever you're making it, the meat is not so dry. So I'm going to cover it, let it rest aside as I make the samosa pocket. So I'm using all-purpose flour. I'm going to create a hole in the middle. I could have used a bowl, but I decided to just use the surface because the surface is clean. So I'm adding water into the middle and just working on it just like that slowly. I'll try and knead the dough until it comes together without adding any excess flour. So that is how I'm going to knead the dough. It doesn't require much. I just added the salt alone. I did not want to add any other thing. Like I said, all my dough, I never want to add anything or sugar. So I'm rolling it spirally like that, shaping it into smaller balls, and then I'm going to roll it out. Normally with samosas, you just shape it into balls, roll it out like you're rolling chapati. There are so many ways of making samosas, but sometimes I choose any way that that day my mood really wants, and today I just wanted to use the round method. So I roll it out like that, and then I'll be putting them aside. I'll make numerous of them, put them aside, and then I'll come back and do the rest of the procedure.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Say all the words out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember.
So after rolling them out into a nice round shape, I'm going to apply some oil on it. Make sure all the parts get the oil, and then I'm going to sprinkle some flour, layer another round shape over the dough, and then apply the oil again. I'll still repeat the same process for like 4 layers, then put aside, do the same thing on the rest of the rolled out dough, and then I'll continue from.
Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing on the moon.
So after I'm done layering them, I'm going to roll them out into a round shape, the shape that actually fits the pan that I'm going to use. I don't want it to be more than the pan that I'm going to use. If I do that, it's going to spoil the pocket. So I've already rolled it out, and as you can see, it fits the pan, and I keep turning it from side to side until I'm able to separate the pockets.
On your shoulders, child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your
The base does look like chapati, but it's still in use. The middle part has a good sheets, and I love how thin they are and very translucent. So I'm going to put them aside. I'm going to use the lid of the pot to shape them into a round good shape, and then after that I'm going to separate them nicely and then make the samosa pockets. You don't need your samosa pockets to be very heavy and doughy, so make sure that whenever you are rolling out, you make sure that you get nice and thin samosa sheets. So as you can see, they look so thin. I love them. They are very translucent and they are not heavy. They are not heavy and they are not doughy. So these are good for making samosa pockets. I'm going to cut them in the middle so that you can be able to shape the pockets. So that is how I do it. As you can see, they look so good. Like, I love them. You can store this in the fridge if you don't want to make samosas and use them some other time. So this is how I do shape my samosa pocket. I have a mixture of cornstarch and wheat flour. I decided to use cornstarch and wheat flour together because cornstarch actually works as a good glue when it comes to gluing the samosa pockets, and I love using it. So I normally mix it with the wheat flour for it to work effectively. So this, I've just applied the mixture on top of the samosa pockets. That is how I'm shaping them, and then I'm going now to put in our samosa filler that we had made earlier. I had made sure that it has cooled down before I can actually put it in the samosa pockets. I decided to get bigger samosas because mini samosas we don't get to you don't, when you bite into it, like, you don't feel like you ate something. But I love making this size so that everybody can get samosas without coming back for more. So this is how you seal your samosa pockets, and the glue really works so well.
home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon.
Not make enough filling, so I'm going to store this in the Ziploc bag, put them in the fridge until I'm able to make another filling again. Next time I will have to make from green grams so that we can make the green gram samosas. So in the meantime, I'll just put them in the Ziploc bag, put them in the fridge, and then use them some other time. I've already heated the oil. I'm maintaining the high heat as I keep turning the samosas until they are golden brown. I love it that the pocket is as thin as possible so that we can have a thin crust, and the dough doesn't look heavy and also doesn't look so doughy. So I'm going to turn the samosas from side to side until they are golden brown, and then I'll remove them from the oil. I'll bring in some again, fry the same way, and then we will be done. Like, you would love your samosas this way. You will not need to go ordering samosa at a high cost. You will enjoy samosas from the comfort of your home, and they are done. And I really love how they look. I love how golden they were and how tasty they were. I was able to serve this with tea, and also we did enjoy our breakfast. Look at how yummy they look. Look at how the outside is very thin, and I love it. I love it that the crust is actually a bit crunchy on the outside. So I want to head out for the market. I love going to the market. Like, the market is like my best friend. Like, it's the place that I miss going, and it is the place that I enjoy going. Marketplaces where we have green groceries, we have lots of herbs to choose from. I love going to the market. It is my place that I love going to. So I want to get the other things that I'll be using, the bags to carry my groceries. I don't need to go to the market and be buying bags, so that is why I'm carrying mine, and also some drinking water. I get thirsty most of the time, and I don't want to spend on water, so I'll be carrying my own water before I can leave. But before I head out, because I was only thinking about laundry and I never thought of actually tidying my living room, I'll work on the throw blankets. Lately it's very cold, so most of the throw blankets are in the living room. I'll just fold it, put it on the seat, and also organize the pillows and then head out.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Tear all the words out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away. They were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own.
My first stop has to be the fish place. Like, I love coming to the fish depot because I get to get fresh fish and I get to enjoy good prices. So I'm getting like 3 kilos of this fish, and I decided to carry my own bags so that I am able to carry the fish without any mess. I've also come to get some fruits. Lately I really need a lot of fruits in the house. That is why I came here, and this lady really sold me these fruits at a very affordable price. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to show you my excitement of today. Like, I've been waiting for this AdSense pin and I'm really excited. If you don't know what an AdSense pin, if you're not a YouTuber, an AdSense pin is a pin that allows you to be paid by YouTube. Like, now you can access your funds, yeah, something like that. But for you to be able to access your funds, you have to hit a threshold, yeah, something like that. So I want to show you. I'm so excited. When I was picking that pin, I felt like my heart was really pounding so quick. I didn't know what to expect there. I didn't know whether to find my pin ready or if I have to go back to the house. But when the lady handed me the pin, that was the most exciting moment that I had on this very day. Like, the excitement couldn't allow me not to open it, but I did open it. My pin is here and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like, I'm literally shaking, but I'm happy that yeah, is it upside down or what? Yeah, you know, this is a front camera, that is why it's showing like that. So this is the AdSense pin and I've already opened it. My pin is inside here, so I will just have to fill the place where they're supposed to fill, and then that is it. So if you are watching my videos and you love my videos, thank you so much. Please don't skip the ads, always keep the ads running. That is how we get to earn our revenue, and I will really appreciate. Thank you for the support. For those who have been here from day one, thank you so much. From those who joined along the way, I really also appreciate you so much. This journey couldn't have been successful without you, so I really appreciate you. Always watch the videos up to the end and consider subscribing if you're watching me for the first time, and let us grow together. Like, let us grow together, let us keep doing the content, and I love you so much and appreciate your presence in my channel. Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. So I'm from the market. Market days are my best days. Like, there are days that I feel like those are the days that I get to enjoy whatever I love doing, like going to the market. So these are some of the things I got. But I did pass to the supermarket because there's something I wanted to check. And I found Maxell oven cleaner. It was on offer. Like, these two were going at 350, and I said, why not? Lately I love these products and they are really good, so I want to try the one for the oven Last time I did try the one for the bathroom and it's so good. So I want to try the one for the oven and see how it's going to perform. So I'll clean and see how it's going to perform. Then I got some fruits as well. But before I show you the fruits, I got these. Like a friend of mine told me, you've really used that board so much. But I love my other board. There's no problem with it. But I thought of upgrading my board. Like, I'm always in the kitchen cutting things, so I thought of buying this. And I also bought this tray. I'm yet to use it. Yeah, you'll see when I use it. So I got these some grapes. Yeah, some grapes. I wanted lots and lots of fruit, so I got 2 packs of grapes. Some pineapples, 2 pineapple. These ones I got from the market, not from the supermarket. The pineapple, all the groceries I got from the market. And just these oranges, I want to make orange cake. I love orange cake, so I want to make some orange cake. Pixie are so good and I love pixies. So I got, one of my girls loves apples and mostly she takes fruits. She has some issues and she loves taking apples. So I got apples and I got the green. She loves the green ones. And also I got the red ones. Mangoes are off season, but sometimes you can come across mangoes. They are still there. And I got these, 40 bob each. It's so big for 40 bob, honestly. So I got 2. These grapes. Grapes, they are so sweet. So I got the purple grapes. This lady was generous enough to add me this. But I got 2 bunch of the purple grapes. The purple grapes at some point they are very sour, but these were so good. So got some tomatoes as well. Got potatoes. Potatoes currently the prices have gone down and they are so affordable. Mushroom. Kama kawaida. I love mushrooms. Like, I'm so addicted to mushroom. When I see them, there is no way I can pass by minus picking some for myself. Got these for mandazi and samosas. Take them. Also got some tomatoes. Yeah, got lots of tomatoes. I don't have tomatoes. I got avocado recently and they are already finished. And I had to add some other avocados. I love these small avocados because they are sweet. They don't have water in them. Like, they are so good. So I got the smallest, and normally when I pick them, I pick the ripe ones. I don't pick the ones that are not ripe yet. So I added some toilet cleaner. I got some peppers. I love these peppers. I want to make something and I had to get these peppers. I also want to cook some soup. I have rosemaries. And I got a lot because I want to plant this, but this is so big. But I'll dry them, put them in a Ziploc bag, I'll be using them, or in a jar. This is also an herb. This is an herb. I'll show you how to use it. I don't know the English name, but it's a very good herb. So I got some rosemaries. I also got a lot of leeks. Leeks are so good. They are really good. I love them. There are dishes that go with leeks, so I got lots and lots of leeks. I also got this cabbage for some salad. I got some zucchini. Normally I buy baby zucchini, but they were not available. Baby zucchini, you can only find them in the supermarket, not in the market. So I got the baby zucchini. I also got lots of white onions. And I also got, along with the white onions, came, I also got the cauliflower. Cauliflower is so good. I love it. When I don't want to take broccolis anymore, I replace it with cauliflower. So cauliflowers are so good. And I got lots and lots of white onions. I love the flavors of red onions, but also the white onions have their own flavors. Some people call them aubergine. I call them eggplants. I love them. Like baked with cheese, even in soups, they are so good. I got some bananas. I love these mini bananas. They are so good. Yeah. Lots and lots of potatoes still on this other bag. And these are green peas. I also got green peas. I also got some green peas. I'm going to make them. Fresh fish. I got them from the depot. Normally, I love getting fresh fish. I get to fry them myself and also make fresh stews of fish. So I got like 3 kilos of fish. So I'll be making them as well.
To be, I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away. They were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me.
It's dinner time and I want to fix dinner, so I'll cut these ingredients. I have some bell pepper, the yellow and red pepper. I want to dice them into smaller pieces, and also I'm using tomatoes. I'm using the red and white onions. As I said, the red and white onions have their own different flavors, so that is why I'm using the two of them. This day I forgot to purchase garlic. I don't know how I did forget to purchase garlic. And also, I think I thought I had some garlic in the house, but apparently I don't even have even one clove. So I skipped that part of the garlic and used the ingredients that were available. So I'm going to sprinkle some salt, and then I'm going to sprinkle some turmeric, some curry powder, some fenugreek powder, and bake these on high heat for like 15 minutes. I just want them to get a touch of charred color. That is what I want. The ones that you get to bake are so aromatic compared to the raw ones. So after I've put that in the oven, I want to prepare these vegetables because I want to make vegetable stock or other vegetable soup. So I love this gourd. This gourd tastes so good when it comes to soups. So I'm going to peel it, just remove the thin layer of the outside cover, and then I'm going to chop it into smaller pieces. I'm also good using zucchini. As I said, I love baby zucchini, but baby zucchini were not available, so I decided to go with the zucchini that were available. So I've already added everything into my pot. So I'm chopping the zucchini over here. I will also be chopping the eggplant. I love eggplants. Like, you can play with eggplants a lot and still get good flavors. So I've added my chopped zucchini over there. So I'm chopping the eggplant. Eggplant oxidizes so fast when you don't get to cook it so fast and turns so dark, but still, because I was just taking shorter time to do that, I did not want to treat it. So I'm also using the white onions. On this soup I added only the white onions. I also want to use some peas. Yeah, I'm sprinkling some salt, some turmeric, some fenugreek powder, and also some leek. Yeah, I love leeks. Leeks are so good in soups. So I'm going to add in the green peas. In as much as somebody would think this is tasteless, I guarantee you this is going to be good. So I'm going to also blend this. As you can see, they are done and they look so good. I'm going to blend them, and then I'll be using them to make my stew. Like, the flavors that come from here are different from the flavors that come from them when they are raw. So I'm adding oil into my pan, and also add in some white onions. I love white onions. Like, white onions have their own flavors. I love them. I also love red onions, but I decided to go with white onions on this day. So I'm going to actually fry them until they are golden brown. Then I'm going to add this paste over here. This paste, because it's already cooked, I'm not going to cover it and cook it again. So I'll just add some hot water, mix everything well, and then I'm going now to add in the fresh fish. Like, I love fresh fish anytime when there are flus and everything. I love going for fresh fish because it's healthy and it's so good. So just cook your fresh fish like this and you're going to enjoy it. So I'm adding it into the sauce, and then I'll be covering it for like 20 minutes on medium heat. It will just cook and everything will be just so delicious. Like, such kind of fish, getting it yourself when it is fresh, you will get to enjoy it so much. because the sauce is so thick and very flavorful. I had baked the ingredients using salt, so I'm not adding any salt. So I'm going to mix everything well and then cover it. On the other side, our soup is done, and I want to add in the extra sauce that has remained. Everything is just vegan there, and I guarantee you it's so flavorful. Just wait for the next ingredient. This one completes everything. Like, the fermented cabbage makes it so tangy and tastes so good. I loved it. So I just threw it inside there, mixed it well. I'm not going to cover it. That is, we are done. The cabbage, I just add it when the soup is already done, so that we don't get rid of its nutritional value. So here I'm done, and I'm garnishing it with some celery leaves, and that taste of celery leaves is just amazing. So the fish is done, and it looks so delicious. I had some potatoes that I had peeled, marinated them using some soy sauce, some oil, and also salt, and some turmeric. I'm going to bake them on high heat for also 15 minutes, and then we'll be serving them. Like, after that, after they were baked, I just threw in a little bit of butter, and the flavors of butter on baked potatoes are just on another level. So the meal is done. It looks so delicious. I really appreciate you being here up to this point. Until next time, bye guys.
Weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing